What's up, everybody? I'm just getting a bunch of it. That bird must have. We should get a.
Where is it?
It's got to be in the top of that basketball thing in the back.
Oh, is it the babies?
I don't know. We should get a one of the things and look up there with it. All right, everybody, hang on. I'm going to get a couple more people on, and then we're going to get started on this Sunday evening. Sweating my ass off out here, but I got dual fans on and stuff, so. But it's hot as hell here in New Jersey today, and it's going to get hotter tomorrow, which makes it perfect for some of our talk that we're going to do today. I want to see if we could get so friend people on here. Anybody who's a business owner, get them on here, because I want to get at least 50 people on here today to hear, which they should want to, because I'm going to talk about selling, building, starting, creating an empire and everything in between. And it's going to be really, really cool. And I'm going to give tons of awesome information that most people never share ever. And I'm going to give it to you Sunday evening here. So make sure you got a pen and paper. Jen, are you on there?
Yeah, right.
How many people are on?
22.
22. We got to get more on. I want 50 people on here if I'm going to share this information tonight.
Yeah, see, it's not giving me. You want to see what it did? Facebook changed.
It's letting me do it.
Because you're the host, but look. And it just keeps giving me the same few people. That's it. That's it.
That's no good.
No, it's not.
But, oh, shit. What happens when you send somebody an invite and you don't want... and you don't even want them on here?
Too late.
I got to kill them out of my friends list there. This is a good time for me to check my friends list here. And I see some people I'm inviting on that have had $1 million months. That's kind of cool. You know, it's awesome. I love when I see warriors on here and they're cranking $1 million months. One warrior almost hit a $3 million month. I just love that stuff. So let's see how many we're up to here. Let's see how many of my friends are on here, and warriors, and Kyle, Venue, Davis, what's happening? David Dario, what's up? Art, Denise Swafford, what's happening? Denise, well, when you come to Jersey, it's, oh man, you got that blown right in my eye now.
Don't look that way.
Tanya, what's going on? JR, what's happening? The birds chirping in the brown garment. Yes, I invited the birds just for you, Kyle. I told them we need some birds in here, in this little outside area here. Kelly, what's happening? Mike, Tony, and I are here. Awesome. Johnny Kerr, what's up? Johnny Kerr's kicking ass. Wesley, what's up? Jeff, cousin Jeff. Hey. Neil, what's going on? Dwayne, come on, we got 30 people on here. Larry, what's up, brother? Robin, what's happening? Dan, what's going on? Bill Wilson, Scott, what's going on? Albert, nice to see you. Rick, what's up? Yeah, we're going to talk about, so those of you that joined, I'm going to share as much insight. We're going to make it interactive. Send it to anybody who's a business owner. I'm going to share as many insights about starting, going from small company to big company. Most of you know the story, right? We went from under $1 million to, we say 30 million, but it was 32 million. Rob always corrects me. And it's interesting because yesterday was the day we closed. It was, and today was the day we were completely off. So yesterday, a year ago, we signed the papers at about 5 o'clock. And that's a cool experience because when you sign those papers, you just keep pushing the button to see the money go in the bank. And that was exciting. It was pushing and pushing. It's funny because Rob and I kept messing with each other. And I said, oh man, it's in there. It's in my bank account. He's like, what? It's not in mine. He was all pissed. But you know what happens when you cry wolf, right? Next thing I know, he's like, oh, I got mine. And I'm like, what? I was just messing with you. And he had his money, and we were like freaking out because there's this, any of you that ever sold a business, there's this gap. There's this gap of time that you signed papers and the money has to hit the bank. And in that gap of time, it's really, really crazy because, you know, like, what if the money doesn't come over or something? You just gave away your business that you've had for 23, 24 years. So I'm pushing that button, and then finally it came across. But then at midnight that night, boom, we had no ownership, no say, which was an interesting thing. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about that emotional side of things of selling in a business and what that feels like to go from 200 employees to, you know, 12 o'clock that next morning, you have no say in anything. So, you know, for the last 10, 11 years, you've been watching going from 20 employees to 30 to 40 to 50 to 100 to 150, where you're directing and moving and checking in. And then all of a sudden, you got nobody you're telling to do anything. So we'll talk about that a little bit, and it'll be cool. Mary, what's happening? Angela, what's up? William, what's going on? Brian Burke, what's up, brother? Joe Tadero. Oh, Joe Tadero was there. He came to listen, so he knows, because it went from us midnight the next day. Joe was in charge, so, you know, we couldn't say anything. Joe was the big grand poobah there. Jason, what's happening? David, Scott, what's going on? Roger, Matt, what's up? Brian Decker, what's going on? Sabrina, Alan Ferguson, what's up? Sheila, what's going on? Matt, all right, all you. Nice to see all of you. Walt, what's going on? Walt, get your ass to the dojo. All right, brother, get your ass in the dojo. There's class on Mondays, but no Thursday for the summer. So get oh yeah, that'll be cool. But get yourself to the dojo. All right, so let's start talking about business in general. And what I'd like to do, it's really, really helpful for me and beneficial for you as we're going through things if you interact back and forth. So let's treat this like you're in a room with me, and let's treat it like you just paid, you know, $20,000 to come and hang out with me and learn what I know. Because pretty much now, you know, and I've worked hard to get there. Now, you know, people pay me, you know, Samsung and a bunch of other people, they pay me, you know, $20,000 an hour now to come and speak to them and share some stuff. Just from hard work, I ended up in that position to do that. So maybe what we'll do is let's start from a year ago, and then why don't we go in reverse? And as you hear things that apply to you, or something that you thought about, or something you think that's cool, or something you should think about, then why don't you type it in there for me? So if that makes sense, everybody, type in a big old boom there. So we go back a year ago, and let's take it about 3 or 4 months before that. Let's take it about 3 or 4 months before that. And what happens is, a lot of you don't know, and you know, there's a lot of gurus in the industry, and they'll make up all kinds of bullshit stories about what they think is true and not true about Rob and I's story. And any of you that have been following me, what's up, Scotty? You know that I'm going to give you the truth, so you might as well hear it from me. So if you go back the last 2.5 years, people have been chasing us. Now, what a lot of you don't know is, even going back about 8 years ago, we sat at the table. It was actually at the diner that we sat there, myself, Rob, and we had a third partner, Adam, that we had bought out many years later. You know, we sat there and we were offered, that was 8 years ago. So now it would probably be about 9 years ago. We were offered $8 million to sell our company then. And it was maybe Green Homes or something like that. What's up, Charlie? Kevin, what's going on? It was Green Homes or something. And they were specializing in the world of, you know, sealing homes and stuff. And they were in a huge growth spurt because, as you know, we were heading into that air sealing, which we did really, really good on the air sealing side of things and that whole thing with the state rebates and stuff. And, you know, we were offered $8 million 9 years ago. So I want to let you know that, and the way you want to do, and the first big lesson you want to write down is, the way to win in your business is to always make your business as valuable as possible, okay? To make it as streamlined, as powerful, as strong brand. Like today, a lot of businesses, their brand really sucks. It's horrible. It's not scalable. It's not rememberable. It's not unique. There's nothing different about it. So number one, you want to remember, you want your brand to be something unique. And the second thing is you don't want it to be old. A lot of brands today, I see a lot of people in here, their brand has been the same thing for so long. Like, they're all good, they're fat. You know, a lot of people that are doing 10 or 12 million, they're all feeling safe and they're growing until someone like me enters their market. And when I enter your market, like, I punch everybody in the face, right? I just chokehold everybody, and I surround them by such strategical and tactical marketing that they can't even escape it, you know? But if you go back 9 years, we were offered $8 million, but we were growing. I mean, we did a $6 million year. You don't do a $6 million year by being stupid. A lot of people, they just throw their marketing out there. Like, I know so many people, they just plow the marketing, but it's not strategic. It doesn't compound on each other. There's not, you know, special copy and special promotional offers. They don't understand X factors. They really, you know, they're lucky. A lot of companies today, they're lucky, but they're fat, and they weren't being strategic how they execute on things. So if we go from 9 years to about 2.5 years ago, we were getting a lot of pressure. What's up, Leslie? We were getting a tremendous amount of pressure from brokers wanting us to sell us. Because look, if you see you got a rock star there, you know, there's two types of people you want to buy. People that need oxygen, they're bleeding out because you're like, and I'm going to remind you something. I'm going to remind you something really important to listen to. But there's the companies that are bleeding out. They can't figure it out. They're horrible. They just don't got it. So you buy them because audio is out, he says.
I'll see if it's...
All right, let us check it and see what's going on here. Otherwise, I'm saying too good of stuff for the audio to be out. Check your audio. Can everybody else hit it? Push buttons if you could hear me, everybody.
No.
Kyle says I'm good. All right, brother, check your thing. So when you look here, brokers and people that want to sell you or buy you, they either want to buy you because you suck really bad, or they want to buy you because you're really, really good, right? That's what they want to do. And what I always tell people, you know, because we're working with a lot of business owners today, all over Australia, Canada, all over the United States. I mean, if somebody wants to grow their company fast, we are the #1 training and coaching organization in the planet to pretty much double the size of your business faster than anybody. How do I know? Because look, no one cares and no one worries a shit about referring PHCC or QSC or Nexstar or Service Roundtable. Like, no one cares. When they find out you're coming to CEO Warrior, like, everybody in your market is scared shit. I mean, that's a fact. I don't have to blow no smoke. Just there's a bunch of warriors here. Like, they'll just tell you, you enter the warrior world, life changes forever for that. So as we're going through things here, one, if you suck at a business and you sell your business, and I told you, I'm going to be as raw as possible. So if you don't like real and raw, just kind of bounce. And that's okay. Listen it, censor it later, or just don't listen to it at all. But I can only serve you, I'd rather serve you with hurtful truths than comforting lies. Right? There's a whole bunch of other people tell you, this is a good idea, that's good, you're going to make that. And it's all, a lot of it's good, but a lot of it's bullshit, right? So the thing is here, as you think about this, what's going on is a lot of people, they convince you, you're like, I'm out. They're raising the white flag. I'm out of here. And I always tell them, like, look, if you're out, that's fine. But let me tell you something. Look at Bill Wilson, 84% up, June 17, versus 18. So yeah, 84% increase. So thank you, Bill, because that helps make sure people don't know that. They know I'm not blowing smoke and shit, right? Because we work really hard to do this. And so what happens here is I tell warriors and companies all the time, so you get free coaching now. I tell them, I'm like, look, you sell your business, you suck at your business. What are you going to do that you're not going to suck at? Like, let's be real. Like, if you suck at your business, you think you're going to get a job and you're going to work for somebody and that's going to be amazing and life's going to be great and stuff? Probably not. You're probably going to suck at that job. And this happens all the time. I'm telling you, I watch it all the time where really good people sell because they can't take it no more. And then they're bleeding to death because now they sold, they got rid of one problem, they have another problem. So that's one. Don't sell because you're bleeding out. It's a bad formula. Number two, the great position is you want to build a business, and you want to build a business that it's always ready to sell. Even if you're going to transition it to a family member, you want to build it so it will sell because you don't know what could happen along the way. You don't know the journey. You don't know the problems that go. What if you get sick? What if the kid gets sick? What if all of a sudden tomorrow you change your mind forever and you don't want to do it? Well, if you build it like you would sell it tomorrow, you'll build it strategically, you'll build it profit, you'll build it smart, you'll build it with systems. That's one of the things CEO Warrior is known for. Like, we build systems and processes that help you get profit, right? Processes equal profit. What's up, David? What's up, Joe? And so those of you that joined, we're talking about a whole bunch of insight from me growing a business, selling a business, what you should think about, do's and don'ts, and everything in between. And feel free to put insights that you're hearing, or feel free to ask me questions along the journey here while we talk together tonight. So the last 2.5 years, we built such a stronghold in our market that it was very hard to penetrate, very hard to enter our market. Not by luck, tactfully, very, very tactily. You know, we built fences with all kinds of, we didn't blast direct mail. We fenced direct mail. What's up, Rob? We fenced direct mail. Our billboards were fencing. There's a difference between marketing and fencing. There's a difference between advertising and direct response, right? We were fencing with marketing and direct response at the same time. So every time someone else came in, it's just like bugs eat it up, right? Because people were like, I don't know anything else. I just see this. It was a total frequency play, but a educational, what's up, Russ? Educational based frequency play. And some of this might be, what's up, John? A little bit above what you're thinking. Don't worry about that. Just let it process some. But the top marketers in the world, we build marketing that is educational, it's consumable, it's frequency based, it's direct response based, and it's customer serving. So at the end, when somebody reads it, it only makes logical sense. A lot of baby marketers or beginner marketers, they just send out coupons and offers, and they're like, buy a water heater, buy a friend. That's normally baby food in the world, and they call themselves marketers. But when you're around real marketers, you're around the guys like myself, you're around, Dan Kennedy, you're around, Jay Abraham, you're around real players in the marketing world. It's a different type of marketing that we throw down. What's up, Rob? What's up, Scott? Richard? Yeah, and geofencing is a little different because normally geofencing is different than geo-target and geo, domination. Geofencing is more in a digital world. Geo-market domination is kind of, imagine in the military where they used to stake things in the ground, build the bunkers, you know what I mean, to fight against. It's a little different. Yeah, what's up, Dwayne? So 2.5 years ago, they're chasing us. They're like, come on, we got people that want to buy you. You can make a lot of money, blah, 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 and all this stuff. What's up, Joe? What's up, Julia? And, what we were doing is Rob and I were like, no, we're not interested. I mean, when they started pushing, maybe we were 23 million, where they started pushing really, really hard. And what I mean hard is like calling, every 5 months, then every couple months to every month, right? What are you doing? Come on, let's talk about this. And finally, we even had the yard sign warriors blasting them all over. Yeah, we did. So what happens is, what's up, Will? They're chasing us for so long that Rob and I said, look, we'll entertain it, because we always built the company. Joe Tadaro, everybody knows, I never said that I would die with the company. I built the company. I understood there was a transition in my mind, a transition in what I wanted to do in life, a transition in what I wanted to do in business. And I knew my transition was going where I wanted to serve people who couldn't figure it out, or there wasn't enough people out there serving them. Because I was in an organization for 10 years, and, I was getting bigger and stronger, more profitable, and all of this. And everybody else in the organization was, they were starving. And so I knew there was a time where I was going to go out and want to serve people and help them on a higher level. I didn't know it would happen so soon, because I'm 48 now, so I thought it would be by the time we were 50, we would start thinking this way. It just came a lot quicker. It came quicker. So we said, well, let's test, and this is a couple important things. One, if you ever choose to, first, build your company like you're going to sell it someday. Build it like you would sell it tomorrow for a win, and every day will be profitable, and you'll win. Number two, make sure with the business, while you're doing that, if you choose to sell, you don't tell anybody you're going to sell, because it's very, very dangerous. When we came out and we told Joe Tadaro and Jim Tarnofsky and Mike Disney, these were our 3 directors. They were the top of the food chain. They were pretty much running the company. Why Rob and I didn't have an office in the building. They were the generals, right? They handled different departments. And when it came time to tell them, it was really important for them to understand the critical nature of this, because when you go to sell a business, if you don't plan it really carefully, that thing could blow up in your face. It could backfire. People get scared and stuff. Now, Rob and I did our very, very best to make sure Joe Tadaro, and he's on here, so he could say if it's true or not, Jim T and Mike Disney, we communicated with them. We made sure they understood they were safe. We set them up. We did some stuff I won't share publicly because there's no need for it. But we made sure that their life was going to be really, really taken care of when Rob and I left, along with all the employees. We made sure, what a lot of people don't know is, and this is, look, I'm not going to tell you should do this, but maybe consider it. It's funny. I know a couple companies that sold, and the owner walked in and said, hey, everybody, sometimes you sell. And they walked out. And I was like, man, that's really horrible. I mean, that meeting we had, which is, Joe probably remembers, it's coming up on July 6th. And I was freaking out because we closed on the business on June 30th. And we had to wait to July 6th for the all-company meeting to let everybody know. And I was like, oh, my God, this is bad. This is not the way I would do it. But the people that were purchasing us, that's when they wanted to do it. And it was a really emotional time to go through, which I'm going to talk about something with that in a minute for you guys to kind of process so you know what to think about with this. So there's a critical nature. Now, one, any of you that are going to go sell your business, make sure that the employees that are there, that the system is set up for them to win and that they know how much you cared about them, because our average employee, 10, 12, I don't know. Joe T, if you're still on here, how many years were you with us? And he's still there at the company, but with me and Rob. And so you want to make sure you set up the culture for that. So a couple more key points, and feel free to ask me, what's up, John? Ask me any questions while we go through this. Is, one key point is this. Make sure your culture is, Joe, 14 years. So, Joe can tell you from the time I remember Joe came to work for us, his brother worked for us, and Joe was a plumber and an HVAC guy in a truck. So he went through so many different brackets of working with us. But one thing that's real important if you ever choose to exit a business, besides planning that it's going to happen probably someday, is make sure your culture is rock solid. if you don't care about your culture and they're just money making people, you'll never have a strong culture. You won't. If you care about the people, Danny is back. I would love to see Danny. So, Joe, tell him to stop by CEO Warrior so we could say hello to him. Rob and I, and Danny knows we always loved your brother. So tell him to stop by and say hi to us. So, you know, the people, that's going to be, you know, that's going to be so important when you go to exit, that your culture is so sound. You know what I mean? Your culture is everything with that. And a lot of people talk about culture, but they don't really, they think because they smile and high five, it's so much deeper than that. The culture has to know that you're fighting for them. You're fighting to win. You know, for so many years, Joe will tell you, like, I was the first one in and Rob was the last one to leave. And it's still that way sometimes today. And, you know, so you want to pay attention to culture. The other thing you want to pay attention to is, you got to understand, one of the biggest conversations that we had to have when we were going to sell is one that you guys will never expect. What's up, Rue? And here's something you guys will never expect if you go to sell someday is, you know, my wife and I, who's sitting next to me, that's just her hand. It's just her hand. And an eyeball. Her hand and an eyeball. You know, we had to, one of the most important things we were concerned about, what's up, Adam, was, you know, this has been a part of our life and our children's lives. It was a part of our DNA. And, you know, we had to have a... Oh,
is that a mosquito?
No. And that's ninja skills, just so you guys know. Sorry, fly. So we had to have a talk with our children, which, you know, at the time were 15 and 18. And we had to tell them that we were selling a business that was part of their identity. And there's a couple critical things. This is critical 1, and critical 2 I'm going to share with you in a minute. Remind me, critical number 2, if I forget, is what's next. Okay? Got it? Yeah. All right. So a critical number 1 is the identity. 3 swipes at the fly is ninja. Listen, brother.
No, you got it on the first.
The first time it died. The second time I made sure it was dead. And the third time I sent a message to the other flies. Are you kidding me? The first time it was dead. All right, back to this. So, but that was funny. That was funny, Adam. That was funny. The first thing is your identity. Your identity, your children's identity, and your family's identity. So first, when you go to sell someday, I had to make sure my identity was going to be set. And I was going to be okay with this. Because when you start a business 23, 24 years ago as an electrician, and you're running and gunning, and then you grow a $32 million business, double-digit profit, couple hundred employees, 165 trucks, your identity is going to change when you... And the picture I posted, guys, was me and Rob signing the final documents of selling our $32 million company. And you got to remember, 32 million is pretty impressive, but, you know, 200 million we did in the last 10 years alone was 200 million. So when you go to sign that paper, it's almost like your identity, you're shifting, your emotion, everything is changing right there on the spot. Everything is changing. But now you have your children who, you know, for us, and I hope you do this too, our children came to gold medal all the time. Joe's children came to gold medal. You know, a lot of the people that worked for us, their children came to gold medal. They hung out in the back room during the day when their wives had to do something or husbands had to do something. And so this became part of them. So we had to have this whole conversation of like, you know, this identity's going away. We're going to be selling it. And I would say there was a lot of emotions there for me and my wife, my wife, my partner, his wife, our children, to understand this whole thing. Now, this is where mission critical number 2 comes in. Most people, when they sell,
is this the what's next?
This is the what's next, yeah. Most people, when they sell, they're only thinking of the immediate sale. That's the mission. But then what happens is they don't plan for what's next. And what's next is really more important than the mission. That's why I have, like in CEO Warrior, what we've been so, I don't want to say gifted, strategic to do is, like I have a lot of warriors with us that are doing $10+ million in business, some of them larger. You know, we have one company, you know, the total company's doing over 100 million, and we got companies doing 20, 30 million and stuff. And one of the things that's real important that I work with them on in CEO Warrior is let's plan what's next. Like Jerry Hall, any of you that are looking to get HVAC guys trained, Jerry Hall runs the top training academy, American Academy for training HVAC guys. And I helped them build that out because I know that warriors that are with me in the Warrior program, that I need them to get what's next before they go to sell, because you're right, you'll get bored, you can get depressed. A friend of mine sold his company, he didn't have a what's next. He was depressed for 8 years because he lost his identity. No one talks about this identity losing. You see people sell and you think, well, you know, they made 10 million, 20 million, 5 million, whatever it is. Yay, they're great, they're wealthy. No, they're depressed, a lot of them, because tomorrow there's no place to go. And you think, no, they'll go golf, they'll fish. Yeah, you think so, but you're not fishing with 200 employees. You went from serving everybody every day, serving marketing, serving operational, sales, numbers, software systems, doing all this, to the next day you think you're free. But if you don't have what's next, you're not free. You're frustrated because you feel lost and confused. My guy's going to Jerry next week. That's awesome, Joe. Jerry is awesome. I'm deeply depressed for well over a year after losing my first company. Yeah, Scott, so you can relate to this. And anybody that's joining, we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff about growing, selling, thinking about these things since I sold a year ago. And actually today was the day that a year ago that we couldn't tell anybody anything to do. You know, we couldn't tell them no more. We were out. Were you trying to show me something?
Got new oil in the house.
What's up, Gary? Sam, what's happening? So here, you know, you have to get that identity thing set. That's why I started CEO Warrior, which we're going on our 5th year. So we started that 4 years beforehand, started at Service Key, and then we turned it into CEO Warrior. And the reason why we did that was I knew I needed a what's next, and I knew I was a person who always served and helped everybody. You know, I'm doing martial arts, helping people for 34 years. As a matter of fact, I came across the DARE program that I taught martial arts at to help kids that were troubled with the law. And I'm going to post that during the week, you know, during the week. So make sure you have your identity. What's up? It's dead. So, okay. All right. Be safe.
You're leaving to go where?
Okay. Will, this is meant in a positive way. You seem very different than I've seen you before. No less intense or less organized in thought, but more at peace. Looks good on you. Oh, that's awesome,
Bring
Scott. Yeah. Well, I have many levels. What's up, Walter? Bill, I have many levels to me. Being somebody in martial arts for over 34 years, like, you guys only see a lot of the intense part. The warriors that are with us, they see many parts of me. They know that I've been meditating for over 25 years. I was a Buddhist for over 10 years. I have many, many different layers to me that people never see. So thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. But no, tomorrow I might be completely off the hook.
And we've had
We had a nice day.
nice day.
Yeah, well, my bracelet. Well, I took my bracelet off. It kept wanting to flip me into Light Warrior from Dark Warrior, but I kept flipping that thing back. Yeah, but I guess I'm in what they call Light Warrior now. My wife says she was worried I would get frustrated with not doing 10 things at a time and moving a million miles a second. You know, it's interesting, Adam. I still move a million miles an hour. We're building stuff faster than ever. And I think entrepreneurs that love to build, that's why I believe in the what's next, right? I believe in the what's next because, you know, we started CEO Warrior 5 years ago, and within 3 years, we've become one of the top training and coaching organizations in the world for growing a company, in growth, profitability. And along the way, what we're proud of what we built is anybody in the Warrior program, their relationships get better, their health gets better, their mind, their belief system, their belief in whatever they believe in. God, everything gets better at CEO Warrior. But what's the matter?
I'm making sure she didn't lock this out. She locked me out the other day.
Oh, okay. So I want to make sure you guys don't fall into that, but you also could build. Like right now, we're building faster than ever, right? We have a leadership program that's coming up in about 2.5 weeks. We have Road Warrior, which is the top technician or expert training in the planet. I'll match it against anything. We have Phone Warrior training. We have Teen Warrior event to help teenagers get focused on targets and goals. We have a relationship event that's coming up in October. We have another Service Business Edge event for any of you interested in that coming up in October. It'll be the largest one yet. And then we have so much more stuff that we're building. We do on-sites and, you know, so much more. We are the organization for that. And what I found out is that keeps me moving forward and sharp in my mind, because somebody, Adam, shared with me, they said, well, how will you be so current when you sell your $32 million business? I'm like, man, I am more current and smarter than I've ever been, because now I'm working with a couple hundred people. Right now we're building strategic stuff, and the Warriors in here could tell you, we are building stuff that the industry has never ever even seen before. They can't even comprehend what we're building. We've shifted a whole industry, which I'm really, really excited about. Social media warrior training. Well, we don't have social media warrior training yet, but we do a lot of different social media stuff, as you can imagine. But yeah, maybe I should just build that out. It probably would make sense. And I'm looking for a social media person to join our team. If any of you know, it's a great time for me to share this real quick. What's that?
I said boom.
Yeah, we're looking for some people. We just brought on our another coach. He'll be joining us July 9th. He's top badass, known for doubling service businesses, been in the industry for a long time, worked for some of the greatest franchise and privately owned service companies in the world. He's joining us July 9th, which a lot of people don't know that. I'll tell you this, and I want to tell you what we're looking for, because if anybody is looking for a position, I'll tell you what we have. So I played a part. I do some coaching, everybody, and my business partner Rob does some coaching. But we have Mike Disney. He was my director at Gold Medal. He managed over 19 million before we sold, and managed probably over 50-something million while he was with me. We have Denise Swafford, who's on here. She's built businesses, owned business, managed a couple $100 million herself. We have a new coach that's coming aboard. Then we have a full-time graphic designer, full-time videographer in-house. We have a full-time manager in-house, Caroline, that helps manage things. And then we have about 9 almost full-time remote people that work. So here's what I'm in need for. If any of you know anybody, what's up, Mandy? Everybody say, what's up, Warrior of the Year? We're looking for a full-time social media person to come in-house. So that would be cool. We have a couple sales positions. So if you know anybody, we need some communicators of sales. That position will pay anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 a year. So if you know anybody that's looking for a sales position, we're looking for event coordinator. So if you know anybody, that person has to be in New Jersey. The event coordinator, we have another 9 or 12 events this year, and we're getting ready to go. We'll be launching soon. We'll keep you all posted. A 2-day event in Texas we'll be doing. And then it might happen the end of the year, but probably first of 2019, we will be hitting Australia in a really big way. We'll be hitting Canada in a really, really big way. And we'll see where we go from there. And we'll be setting up events all over the United States. So we will be going to, I think, California area, Texas area, Florida area, and I don't know, we have a couple more mapped out. So if you know an event coordinator, we're going to need it to help. I know that we're going to And plus, if you know anybody good at all, we will probably in the future next year be hitting up with a ride-along program where we could send a guy out to do ride-alongs strategically with different people in the Warrior Group. So let me know about that. All right, let's get back on the selling of the business. And what are some steps? Let me share some insight, if it's okay with you, that Jay Abraham shared with me. Because Jay Abraham...
Hi, Olivia.
Olivia's on here? What's up, Olivia? And Jay Abraham, who's Rob and I's coach for the next 24 months. He's been coaching us for 6 months. I have a ton of coaches. It's funny, I was taking pictures of certificates today, and, I still spend, this year will be over 300. I just committed to something else. Over $325,000 in personal and business coaching for myself and CEO Warrior this year, because I'm such a believer. If you're going to be the very best in the world, you better make sure you learn from the very best in the world. That's why August 1st or July 31st, whatever, I'll be hanging out a whole day with Dan Kennedy and about 6 or 7 other of my real badass friends. So let's talk about some things to get in place for you to, and this applies to grow the business, this applies to selling a business, it applies to everything. We talked about brand, but brand has to be very strategically different than everyone else's brand. Everybody is still just doing a slight variation of what others are doing, and you got to do it completely different. You have to be completely different than everybody else out there. And when you're completely different in a good way, you make more money than everybody else. You serve more people. And that's one thing you guys should know. I am a lot of lightning bugs out. I am a huge believer in making a lot of money. I'm a huge believer in it. And I'll tell you why. Andrew, what's happening? Dan, what's going on? Michelle, what's happening? I'm a believer in making a lot of money because I believe money helps people. Michelle, what's going on? A lot of warriors in the house. What's happening? Money can help people. No money makes it hard to help people. So I'm a big believer in making lots of money and then sharing and helping with that money. That's what Rob and I have been able to do for a really, really long time, and I'm really happy about that. So back to the brand. Your brand has to be strategic. It has to be refreshed. It has to be rememberable, and it has to be unique. Rememberable. Memorable. All right, little stumble on the words there. And it's got to be an X factor. It's got to be something completely different. Number 2 is funny. I came across the paper. I'm not going to show it publicly, but I will show it in the Warrior Group later. I came across the loan that Rob and I got, the document we signed. I think it might have been 2000. I don't remember. Maybe it was 14 or 13. I don't remember the year. But either way, it was in the last 6-7 years. And the loan, did you get the lightning bug?
Oh, I almost caught it.
The loan was $4.3 million. And so one, I would tell you, is a lot of people are trying to build these businesses and they... Oh, if it's on me.
Magic. Oh.
That's magic? Because it ended up on me?
I thought it disappeared.
It's pretty magical, actually, that this thing lights up. Yeah, I mean, how cool is that? How bad is it we used to pull its light things off its back?
I never did that.
Well, we did. We used to pull its light thing.
Did that.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Valor is an X factor, brother. It definitely is. Dan, what's happening? So, what you want to make sure of...
That's horrible.
What?
Look, it went through the fan.
It went through the fan?
It just shot it. It was
From
like
where?
It was like a spark. You didn't see that?
And what'd you do? Cry for it?
No, kill it. Like, make sure he's dead. He's probably suffering.
Well, what if he's meant...
No, kill him. Just kill him. He went through the fan.
All right, sorry, buddy.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus! I just wiped its golden guts everywhere.
You see that shoot across us like a spark? Oh, what a poor
No,
thing.
I thought like a bomb was coming, a gun shell or something. I was being attacked.
That was horrible.
That thing's a lightning bug killer. How did it even get in it?
Oh, it like got sucked through the back, I guess.
All right. Everybody say a quick prayer for the lightning bug, because not because he got shot through the fan, because I just squished him and smeared his lightning stuff on the concrete, stamped concrete. And Matt says it's awesome. That's not awesome. Did you hear my wife? She was really concerned about that thing. I had to put it out of its misery. All right. What was I talking about now with that? I totally lost track with that whole...
About a loan?
Oh, the loan, yeah. So many people are like, I don't have money, or I'm debt free. And I'm like, I get it. Look, I get that you didn't learn how to leverage money. You know, when you learn how to leverage money instead of poverty money, like, I'm going to go back and I took pictures of all this training and certificates and training that I did when we were really really small company. What's up, Tony? Matt, what's up? Russ says, rip the bug. Yes, I'll pray.
Oh, all right.
Not rip the bug, like pull it apart, like,
who
you know,
knows?
rest in peace to that poor bug, that poor lightning bug. So, you know, we found out, Rob and I, when we could strategically leverage money in a smart way, money makes money. I mean, it really can help things. When you can market, most people, what happens is they are afraid of taking loans. They're afraid of taking capital. They're afraid of doing that stuff. You know, we bought 22 trucks in 1 year, 22 Sprinters in 1 year we purchased. Joe might have bounced by now, but he'll tell you, 22 Sprinters in 1 year is boom, it's lightning fast. And shit, it ain't even the cost of the Sprinter. What about 22 wraps? 1 year we rewrapped, it was $125,000. Most people are afraid of that type of stuff. They're afraid of that. But, you know, look, banks are some of the biggest, you know, money and make the most money in the world. Money makes money. You just have to be able to convert on the money. You got to have what are the 3 ROIs? Jeff said thoughts and prayers. You should send thoughts and prayers to all those fish you stick your thumb in its mouth. These are my favorite videos when it's the two of you. Oh, thanks, Dan.
All those fish that get hooked by you.
Yeah, that's what he should pray for. The damn fish. So here's what I want you to think of, right? Money makes sense when there's a return on investment, there's a return on the time, and a return on life. And you guys need to write this down because, and would it be helpful? Tell me if it would be helpful if I shared return on investment, return on time, and return on life. It's funny how when you spend money, you start to gain more urgency to make more money. Ain't that the truth, Joe? Because all the pressure's on your back now, brother. All the pressure's on your back. That's right. Joe was like, I love it because, Joe, you see it, I'm sure, from a different perspective now. You've always been behind the scenes with us. We've always let you in on everything. But now you're getting to see it from a whole new way. Let's talk about return on investment. Return on investment is I'm going to buy something. I'm going to use something. I'm going to apply something.
That's a lightning bug.
I know, I was catching it just to
I didn't want you to squish it. Now
No.
it's going to go get sucked in the fan.
No, I was saving it from fan death. I was catching it and sending it off, somewhere else. And so, return on investment is, I'm going to get a return on it. But here's where, that's right, Russ, not all debt is bad. A bad debt is bad, right? Good debt is good debt. So the thing is, return on investment, I found out, the thing that people forget is return on time. How fast am I going to get the return on investment? That's the thing that people feel. Dan says, you guys are so real. I feel like I'm sitting in a chair on a porch, on your porch. Yeah, we're in the backyard. I'll show you the backyard really quick. So, well, this is a fancy curtain because we want to be like Lawrence of Arabia and stuff. Like, you see, we got this cool curtain that blocks the sun. It just, it makes it feel real cool. There's our garden that we normally pay somebody to do, but he never came back this year because he sucked. And he never planted the elderberry bushes for like 4 years, and we fired him. So now we have a garden with nothing in it. So if anybody wants to come and plant anything in the garden, that would be really, really cool. There's the fire pit, which we do fire walking there. That big board in the back, that's for Chinese star throwing and knife throwing. And there's the very expensive swing set that the kids are grown up and don't use no more. All right, and this here is my beautiful wife. Okay, so there's the backyard. So when you look at return on investment and return on time, how fast am I going to get it back? Like, it's so funny because Rob and I wish Rob was on here. Rob and I, he comes to me all the time. He says, this guy, he's spending too much on marketing. What's up, Stephanie? He's spending too much. Victoria, what's up? He's spending too much on marketing. And I'm like, no, he's not converting. He doesn't know how to deliver value, right? You're not selling anything. You're delivering value and they buy it. What did he say? Your gardener needed warrior training to operate. Yeah, oh my God, you have no idea. You have no idea, Russ. This fucking gardener stressed me out, this guy. He's like, well, you have rabbits living in there. I'm like, well, I paid you, like you said you'd build a fence so the rabbits didn't go in. I don't think it's my fault. The rabbits are in there eating this stuff. It's crazy. I think I'm gonna have the landscaper put flowers or something in there. I don't know. You said what's her name was gonna do it. Celia was gonna do it.
She
All right.
might be on there.
All right. Scott, what's happening? So now we got the return on investment.
Well,
And
that's our count.
yeah, and you got to have the return on time, but you got to have the return on life, right? The return on life. And this is where, like, if we just look at these, let's end with these three things, and then I'm going to let you guys ask me any questions.
Any questions?
Well,
doesn't mean you're going to answer. Remember, be careful
yes.
what you say, because if
I'll come and shoot you said rabies, but rabbits.
Nobody's shooting any rabbits. Tell them we had babies in there, and I
did.
left them alone.
We had babies in the garden. We were so happy.
Nice and safe.
They were nice and safe, eating all our shit in the backyard. Now, the groundhog, you come and shoot that damn thing. We're going to have to relocate it, but I don't want to put the cage out because then my wife will be putting umbrellas over it and giving it water and feeding the fucking thing like it's in a hotel.
Carrots. Remember I gave it
like
carrots?
it's in a hotel, and then I'm going to have to come home in 100 degrees. So I'm just going to let the fucker keep eating in the backyard right now until it's cooler out. So we don't.
Because it started to
we
rain
don't have to go
and
through
I didn't want it to drown.
I know you didn't want it to drown. I'm pretty sure it wasn't going to
hot,
drown.
And I didn't want it in the sun.
See, my wife, she wanted that groundhog to feel like it was one of our, like our dog, like Ginger. You know what I mean? Oh my God. So here's the thing.
No killing animals in the yard, people.
Return on investment, return on time, return on life. Now, a lot of people are stuck in this return on life side of things. So they don't focus enough on the investment and the time. So they go for this. Like, let me give you an instance. I can't tell you, I believe in RotoBrush. RotoBrush is a great duck cleaning equipment. I'm not going to get into debates with people. I almost got in a fist fight at an ACCA event because a guy was being very sarcastic because he's like, oh, RotoBrush, blah, you got to have an abatement machine. And I said, look, we're not going to get into this. I'm going to walk away because if you keep talking to me like that, like, this ain't going to go well. And so, like, I just walked away from it because I'm not going to throw and black choke someone out and wrist lock them because they want to fight over an abatement machine or RotoBrush. But, like, look, people get RotoBrush. They get AeroSeal. I love AeroSeal. AeroSeal's a great, phenomenal investment to make. But if you put in the investment and you don't put in the time on that, the return on investment, you'll never get the return on life. And I watch so many people. Let's talk about unused assets right now. Let's talk about unused assets, right? Like, if you guys think about this right now, like, how many things do you have in your company? I knew she was going to get the dog.
That's where I'm sitting.
All right. Where's she going to go?
On the ground.
What? She could come up. Move this.
Okay.
All right. Ginger's got to come on. Look. All right. Oh, good girl. What's the matter? You feel bad for the lightning bug? Mommy killed it through the fan. She did. Mommy shot that sucker right through the fan, Ginger.
It was horrible.
Yes. Ginger, she shot it right through the fan.
It was
All right,
horrible.
so here's the thing. Like, if you look, AeroSeal Badass booked 2 a day till July 23rd. Yeah, right? But if you don't use it, and this is what I want you to ask yourselves right now, for all of you that have any business, I don't care what it is. What do you have? Help everybody serve each other right now. What do you have, right? What do you have? A lot of people make huge investments and never, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you have that's sitting there and not being utilized today? Do you have a jetter? We had a Harbin jetter. Joe still has the Harbin jetter over there. That bitch runs like all the time. It makes a fortune of money. AeroSeal, duct cleaning, right? What do you have? What about cameras? Do your guys have the simple little rigid cameras? And are those rigid cameras? Do they not know how to leverage them? Did you give them to your guys so they know how to use it as and be more skilled? Man, if I was snaking wires today as an electrician, forget about it. You kidding me? Where you could look in the wall to grab the snake? Those of you that are electricians, type below, like how amazing is that? Like, we used to try, spinning the snake, and then you had the stupid magnet thing. Man, you look in there at the rigid camera, you're like, oh, there it is, clip. Like, I used to tell the electricians, if I had that shit today, the money, how fast we would make it. 5 POS broken duct cleaning unit. Need to buy a rotobrush. Yeah, so...
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit? Oh, okay. So here's the deal, guys. Look at what you're not using right now. Put it back into attention. Misses me off more than a jetter. And so, yeah. And that's because a couple things, Daniel, right? Couple things. 1, we don't have targets. 2, we're not reminding our guys. 3, we're not holding our guys accountable. 4, we're not training, coaching, and managing after every call. And then that stuff sits there. Joe Tadaro will tell you, if I come in and that roto brush was all tangled web we weave in the corner, I'm freaking out. I'm choking people. I'm Joe Tadaro grabbing him from his office. I'm all my directors in the warehouse. Let's go for a walk. I'm what is this? If it's sitting here, it's not doing everything. So you have to understand. What about a truck? How many of you have a truck sitting? I got a bounce mic. It was a nice surprise tonight to me doing a video. A year later, thanks to you and Rob, it was a lifetime of fucking awesomeness. Nice to share the moment together. Ugh. Cancel. I wanted to see what the rest of Joe said. I'm buying.
Thanks to you and Rob, it was
Igor
a lifetime of fucking awesome.
Awesome,
nice
brother.
To share the moment together. I'm buying Igor Fudge Sundays this week.
Yeah, awesome. I blame myself for it. Can't get on them if I don't see the expectation that's a month. Yeah, right? Clarity, alignment, and accountability. You can't ask for accountability if you don't have clarity and alignment, right? You got to have all that. All right, here's what I'm going to do. For a couple minutes, and for so many of you, I'm honored you're here. My hopes always is just to deliver massive value to the industry so that everybody can grow a big business and have an amazing, happy life, and they can give money to help other people that just can't do it. Hot fudge, brother. I'll be waiting for
Hot
that.
Fudge, not Igor
yeah,
fudge.
Come over. Not eat my fudge, but that's all.
No, Igor, it says.
Igor, no, it's hot fudge. He's going to bring hot fudge and his brother over. We're going to eat ice cream together this week. So plan that accordingly and make sure we have Rob there. All right, brother. Love you too. Eric, what's up? So if anybody wants to ask a couple questions about anything, I'll hang out a couple minutes. It's probably getting pretty dark on there. Can they even see me?
Yeah, they can see your silhouette.
Oh, that's all spooky and stuff. Wait. We can do... Look. Boom. There's a little more light for you guys. All right, so if any of you want to ask... any question here while we're on here, anything about business, life, anything, I'll be honored to answer it. Otherwise, we'll bounce for the night. Joe's got me thinking ice cream, but we do have that.
Cannoli cream.
We have cannoli cream.
Cannoli.
Cannoli. What kind of Italian am I?
I don't know.
Cannoli. Where'd I pick up cannoli?
I have no idea.
Any marketing ideas for AeroSeal? Yeah, so, look, the way to get to AeroSeal, and I'm going to assume you have a customer database, you're running calls. The way to AeroSeal is always going to be through duct inspection, right? And most people don't do duct cleaning, but want to do AeroSeal. And the easiest way to AeroSeal is talk about duct cleaning and do an inspection. So here's what I would do. And I'm going to tell you what to do, but we didn't do it really well. So, but we should have did it well because it started off like gangbusters and we let it die. We did a healthy home inspection, and I think you could do your own energy audit. You don't have to do the audits through blower doors and stuff. Do your own energy audit where you go, maybe it's a healthy home and energy audit combo, and you do it for $129, where you go in and you inspect, right? You inspect the ductwork, you inspect the water system, the sewer system, and all that. I think that's a great way. Nobody out there is doing healthy home audits and healthy home inspections, and no one's really doing really good energy audits. They're all doing it the same way, and that's not working too good right now. So there's a little bit to help you. Direct mail will definitely work, but you got to follow it up with, look, there's gateway offers. Let's talk about gateway offers real quick, right? A gateway offer is when you do a low-cost enter the home is a gateway offer, right? So $79 tune-up, you get in the home, you serve the home, and they're tasting the strawberry is really what it is for low cost, right? Come in, buy the meal at a cheap cost. If you like it, you're going to buy it again. So create a gateway offer that gets you in to inspect the ductwork, to inspect the sewer line, to inspect the system, and that's the number one way. What's the easiest way to line up new employees and ensuring alignment without them feeling like you're pushing everything on them? They feel like you are making too many major changes at once. Yeah, number one thing, Daniel, you're not including them on the changes. The number one thing that creates buy-in is let them help build it. Even if you have the idea what you want to do, bring them in a meeting, facilitate the meeting in a way where they bring up the idea that you wanted to get to as their own. What they build, they own. The other thing is, don't push it out to everybody at one time if you're going to go forward. Grab your influencer. Your influencer's probably been there the longest, has the biggest mouth. And, oh, my wife's got the light on me now. That's, I don't know if I love that or hate that. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird, like police are back here or something. So you want to get your influencer and you want them to test it. You know, Daniel, today people are all chips in type person. You probably should have shined it up. All chips in. And the thing is, you don't want to be all chips in. You want to gradually go in. Same thing. I've done a membership plan, 10 different versions. Our membership plan is something we give out at the Service Business Edge event and we teach. And that membership plan, we sold $1 million a year over the phone of that membership plan. And the goal is every time I change the membership plan, I included people from each division. I helped them get buy-in. I helped them make me tweak it and build it. I had them sell it first, and they became the influencers to push it. Boom. It was easy from that point. So don't try shoving things down their mouth. Get buy-in on it. Art, what's happening? Diego. Is quicker to grow, invest marketing in one avenue, AdWords aggressively, or spread it out? Okay, come on, brother. I mean, look, AdWords is great. All marketing has to be diversified. You have to. And you know the rule of thumb, brother. All eggs in one basket is a dangerous, dangerous game. If you put everything in AdWords, which some companies, I helped some companies grow years ago. They went from like 600,000 to 2.5 million in a year and a half. Some of them even less. They did it off AdWords, which is really great. But as soon as Google changes the algorithm, now you're sucking wind, and that food goes away, and now you're starving. So you got to have a diversified portfolio of different things. You got to track that diversified portfolio. You got to test it, split test it, tweak it, and keep running at it. That's the way you got to go with that stuff. Otherwise, you could just burn out. What's up, Albert? Tanya, what's up? Stephanie, yes. Strategic time of year to first implement HVAC to a company. All right. HVAC, Kyle. Build it now. Launch it in end of September, beginning of October. Great time to launch it, right before your winter time. Now for all those things, guys, there's a rule of thumb of launching or relaunching or giving something new. Jeff Walker, I think he's the one who invented this. There's the pre-launch, the pre-launch, the launch, and the post-launch. So it's just like if that type of stuff is going to come out, you start letting your customers know that you will be doing heating and air conditioning in early September of 2018. Let them know it's coming. And that's what creates momentum. That's how we've been able to allow people to bring on other trades and make so much money really, really fast because of the the launch and the post-launch. All right, Kyle, if I could help you with more of that, just hit us up on the Warrior Call. Maybe send it in, and we could even talk a little deeper on that on Monday's Warrior Calls. Diego, the number 1 is the worst number in business. Absolutely. Anything of 1 is dangerous. Jason Cummins, what's up? Looking to hire and grow. Hire for skill or hire for character and train. Always hire for a cultural fit. That's it. Have core values, hire against the core values, and if they meet the core values, you can make anybody get skill set. Hire for skill set and they're not a culture fit, boom, they'll pop out and destroy the whole system. Yeah, definitely. Scott Derwin, what's up? David, Bill, what's going on? Matt. Yeah, some of you that are joining a little later, you might want to go back and listen to replay. Tons of, for those of you that have been on for a while, if there's value, type it in. Let them know what kind of value is here. Do you know of a lot of plumbing-only companies that run a maintenance plan? I have a hard time seeing the value in it and can't figure out how to implement one and building value in that. Oh, brother, there's so much value in it. I know tons of people that do. I did just an electrical plan alone. Like, well, here's my question for you, Daniel. Is there value, and can you avoid problems in a customer's house checking their plumbing twice a year? Like, is there value in checking their water heater, checking, making sure it's not building up with sediment? Is there value with checking underneath all the sinks to make sure things aren't loose? Is there value in doing an inspection of their sewer line? Is there, like, there's major value in a plan. You know, look, is there value in going and getting your teeth checked before there's a problem? Yeah, to avoid big mouth problems. That's why you go do it. So, yeah, brother, I'll tell you, it's not as hard as you think. The goal is, like, look, this is how a lot of people in the Warrior world have been able to move so quick, because I have a plan that does plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, drain cleaning. It does everything that we built out. It's actually better than the plan that I had at Gold Medal, because I rebuilt everything when I sold Gold Medal, because I didn't want them to say I was using anything, which was really cool, because it made me create the greatest stuff in the world. If I launched what I built today, Gold Medal, and they're going to take it to 60 million, it would easily be, we did 32, we were on track to do probably 40 almost the next year. We would do 60 within 2 years or less. It's just, you got to get a plan that somebody's already using. That's what we've been able to do in Warrior. Use that plan, move forward. Do it as a buy 1 year, get 13th month free. Buy 2 years, get 3rd year free. Buy 3 years, get 2 years free. Hit it with a couple bonuses. Make sure it has massive value. Boom, you're off to the races, brother. All right. Plant the seeds before you need them. Yeah, Dean Jackson, good friend of mine, he said this to me, and I've heard it before. He said, when's the best time to plant an oak tree? 25 years ago. When's the next best time, Adam? Today, right? Today. Jeff must have bounced out and came back. Mario, what's up? Russ, thanks for the big boom. TJ, what's going on? Mike Ripple, yes, awesome. Thank you. Build to sell always, yes. You need one of those amazing M18 lights. I don't know. I need a lot of stuff. But you know what? This just makes it so much more mystical with this. Got to do it right. Absolutely. Isaac, what's up? David. Hey, Mike. Cash flow issue, but have need for more guys with workload. Where is the balance issue? Yeah, there's an illusion between thinking. Like when I hear companies say they have lots of work and not enough guys, I'm like, you must be rich as hell, right? Because that means you could cherry pick. You could work for only the customers you love. So the fact is, anytime there's a cash flow problem, there's a delivery of value problem. Hands down, period. If you have calls and not a lot of money, two major things: leadership issue and value delivery issue. You're not delivering value, and you think customers are only there to buy one thing. And right now, the average person, when they go to Amazon, buys 3 things. That should tell you alone everybody wants to buy more than one thing. So if you could just look at that, how am I leading my men? How am I leading my culture and my company? Am I leading with power? That's why I chose to build the leadership training program that happens in 2.5 weeks, which I probably should be inside working on the agenda, more of it now. Did you just grunt?
No.
Oh, my wife's like, yeah, you should. And, the fact is, you have to be able to lead your men, and you got to be able to deliver massive value. And then every time I see someone having money problems, it always comes down to leadership and delivering value all the damn time, all the time. If I want to assess my brand, suggestion on where to start. Okay, Rob, this is great. First off, to assess any brand, you got to take all your competitors and everybody in your market, and you got to put them on a
You know
board.
that's the dog behind you.
Yeah, I know it's the dog. Breathing hot air on the back of my arm. Right, Ginger? Why are you back here? Look. Say hi to everybody. You're hot too, right? All right. So the thing is, one, you got to take a global look. So I would say go crazy. Hire a virtual assistant. Tell them to get every one of your competitors in your market. Print out the picture, what they look like, what their proposition is. Mystery shop them so you can rank them from 1 to 10. How good's their customer service? How good is everything about them? Put it on a big wall and step back and take a look. You'll probably see a lot of things. That's one of the first things that at Warrior we look at is their brand and make sure it's competitive. That's why if you look at the Warrior brands today, we've built some of the top brands in the planet because that's the first exercise I do. I step back. Another lightning bug? It doesn't mean I want them on me. Send them to the fan.
No, stop it.
Okay, what? All right. Here, Ginger, eat.
No, don't tell her. She
Okay.
eats bugs.
All right, we sent it on its way. So definitely do a competitive analysis and then try to find an expert or pro that knows how to look at competitive branding and can tell you, you remember, the way you want to look at it is if you had a football field full of yellow balls, you want your brand to look like I threw one black ball in the middle. You want it to stand out like that black ball in a sea of yellow. Sea of yellow. Wesley, what's up? Jim McCain, what is up, brother? Jim McCain is a badass, and he has an amazing martial arts, workout, boxing, MMA studio, and it's badass, and I love what you're doing, brother. You're doing a great thing out there for people. I got to come and visit you. Did a call. Awesome, Jeff. I'm sure it went well. What's up, TJ? Yeah, happy 4th to you too, brother. Thanks, Mike. Awesome. Debbie, what's happening? Stuart, what's up? All right, everybody, if you joined late, go back and listen to this. I'll post it so everybody gets value. Share it with another business owner. If there's anything I could do to help you, let me know. We do have our October event. We have a huge promotion for October. It's going to go away, I think, July 6th. I've never done it before. I'll never do it again. It's 25% off, and you could bring an additional person from your company. It's going to be...
Buy one, get one.
Yeah, it's buy one, get one free. It's going to be our largest Service Business Edge event ever. We have Jay Abraham coming back. We got a special thing we're doing with Jay. I got my virtual team coming out to talk about how to run a company while you sleep and how to get stuff done in your business while you sleep. So I have my team coming out to share that stuff. Mike McAllowitz coming back. And we got so many cool things last time. So October is going to close out real quick if I can help you with that. And like always, if you know anybody in a service business, they're struggling, they just broke, they can't afford things, hit me up, let me know. I'll send them out my Secrets of Business Mastery book. We are working on building a Service Business Edge online training that we're going to do live over in 8 weeks to help companies, no matter where they're at in the world, join and be able to go through an 8-week training so you can run employees of yours through it and everything and get the competitive advantage. So if you would be into that 8-week training that we're going to do, Service Business Edge online, let me know. Type below if you'd be into that. Blows my mind that other people don't get in here. This shit is so valuable. I appreciate the hell out of these. Oh, thanks, brother. I'm glad that it helps. And do me a favor. If you want to pay me back, just pay it forward to somebody, man. Help somebody any way you can, you know, even if it's just positive words or give someone a hug or whatever it is. Been delivering value. The ideas I use from you have been exasperated. Exasperated? That's really good, right? I guess that's really good, brother. That was a really big word for me. All right, just got 2 of your books in the mail. Can't wait to read them. Awesome, brother. Yeah, they're definitely...
Joe Adario's late to the party.
Joe Adario, what's
He's
up?
late to the party.
Albert, yes, that's a great idea. Sheila, what's up? Yeah, so if you guys do know anybody who's suffering at all in business and I can help them, I'll send out free books or something just to help them out. Just let me know. And of course, if there's anybody who would help, guys, just go to the website, CEOwarrior.com. We got so many... I got videos like this I did in the backyard where I'm holding the watermelon and so many other crazy things I did. Just send it to people and help them, because You know, the more we help the entrepreneur and business owner, the more we change the game for everybody, the more we help the world. That's how it's all about. Guys, it is dark. Gals, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. I just wanted to deliver massive value. Share it with somebody, and we're going to go in because there's a lot of lightning bugs. The dog's breathing, and we got cannoli
The dog's
cream.
breathing? That's good, the dog's breathing.
The dog's breathing heavy.
On you?
Yes. All right,
Ginger.
Ginger, say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to everybody. Here.
Aw, who's a good girl? Are you a good girl?
Did you say goodbye to everybody?
Give kiss.
Here. Where's your paw? All right, there you go. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. All right, everybody, have a crushing week. Happy 4th of July. Boom, we're out.